Hey guys, I might sound a little bit weird, and that's because I have sickness. But it is Mr. Nice Guy 21107, so, you know, it's still me. And we're back with the... No. Oh my god. I might have to, look at this real quick. Music volume. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. The bass though. Okay, she lowers herself up with a grunt and waltzes out of the room, leaving us alone with the two items on the table. Interesting. Very interesting. Lily gives a nervous giggle at her sister's antics as Hanako takes the wine bottle. So, what do you think, Lily? That's it. That seems a little bit too loud. I'm gonna see how. Never mind. It's just really loud, really loud for me. There you go. She rests her elbow on the table and pinches the bridge of her nails, thinking things through. She really doesn't seem to be able to keep up with her sister. Oh, it's already here. We may as well have some. Ooh, baby. No sooner does she say it than I take a quick glance around the room for glasses. Man, he's really thirsty. Get it? Because he wants to what? Never mind. Okay. A small groan above me reminds that Lily retired to rest on her bed for a bit a few minutes ago. Almost completely drained of energy, I managed to stand up and drag myself to the side of the bed, sitting down and leaning my back against it. Good job. How am I supposed to say that? Lily's groan sounds lifeless. Oh. There you go. Too much to drink? My head hurts. Yeah, too much to drink. I rest my head back and idly stare at the ceiling when... What the... Unmitigated. We're gonna see what that word means real quick. Okay. Means unqualified. The tour had been an unmitigated disaster. Okay, it doesn't have a sound little thing. Unmitigated. So yeah. I rest my head back and oh well, never mind. Like proper idiots, we all drink the night away with one glass after another. Hanako simply fell to the side asleep, and it's a miracle I don't feel as ill as Lily. Hey, Hisao, I'm sorry about today. I didn't think this would happen. It's fine, Lily. To tell the truth, I had a lot of fun today. You got drunk with two girls. That's like every person's, like, it's on their bucket list, top 10 at least. Underage drinking, of course. Really? I think Hanako did too. No, she certainly did. There's a short silence before another groan resounds from the supine Lily. I'm gonna blow my nose. There's a short silence, but never mind. You okay? As you said, I just drank too much. What is the time? The time? Oh, it's, quickly look at my wristwatch. Its numerals barely legible in the gloom. About midnight. Curfew's in effect, then. Yeah, I guess as much. We'll have to sleep here for tonight. Oh, baby! As soon as I say it, I hear the sheets moving as Lily starts to sit up. Hanako. Oh no, go back to sleep. Don't try to get up. Hisao, I have to. You're in worse shape than me by any stretch. Sketchers. Get some rest. But what about... Oh my god, my nose. I'll grab some spare blankets and put them over her, don't worry. What? Oh my god, I'm sorry. There's gonna be a lot of jump cuts in this video. But it has to be. As I give a deep yawn and stand to retrieve my hear her lie back down with a soft thud. Thank you, Hisao. No problem, it's the least I can do. You look outright wasted. It's very charming. I'm not wasted, just a little bit tired. She starts pouting, a slight slur beginning to distort her words as the alcohol takes hold of her again. I grab a couple of blankets rolled up at the end of her bed. Quietly walking over to Hanako, I carefully lay the blankets over her peacefully sleeping figure, making sure not to wake her up. The thick smell of alcohol coming off her breath makes me doubt she'd wake up no matter what I did, though. I stand and take one last measure of the room. 2 girls, both very drunk, and 1 guy sleeping overnight with them in the female student's dorm. What a scandal that'll be if it broke up. Did you guys just see that? It just... Never mind, okay. Yeah, the person that just got into school, too. Like a week ago or whatever. As I move back to sit down at the side of the bed, I steal one last glance at Lily. Her sprawling, disheveled figure lies resting peacefully, slightly turned to the side. I crouch down to get a better look. Ooh. That's nice. Her white skin blends in with a white pillow. That's not white. That's like a dark gray pillow. A look of slumber-born peacefulness on her face. Usually she seems so confident and forward, always there and caring for Hanako. No, though, she seems painfully delicate. Like a flower. I think back to Hanako's presence. I thought it'd be a nice occasion for her, but I'd hardly expected it to be so moving. One birthday after another, year after year. Just she and Lily, all alone. I guess it wasn't just the presents she liked. Resigning myself to an uncomfortable sleep, I sit down at the side of the bed once again and rest my tired arms beside me. Hey, Hisao. Oh, she's still awake though. What is going on upstairs? Lily's voice is so quiet I can barely hear it. She must be on the verge of sleep. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for what? For being here. That's okay. No, you don't say, what? That's like the weirdest thing to say. That's okay. Thank you for being here. That's okay. Hisao, please. As I hear a deep breath, it's obvious Lily's gone to sleep. After closing my eyes, it doesn't take long for slumber to take me as well. Oh, by the way, this is getting recorded like a week after I recorded the end of the video. It's really weird. Hisao, are you? The soft, barely audible voice lingering in my ears slowly wakes me. I wish I could be awoken like this more often. With a mumble, I slowly open my... Whoa. Ah! Oh my god. Jesus Christ, did you knock over a dresser? Taken by surprise with the face hovering curiously mere millimeters from mine, I make our heads collide with a harsh thud. The impact of our foreheads causes both of us to fall backwards and yelp in pain. I'm finding this hilarious. Lily's sounding more like a squeak toy than a person. Ow, ow, ow. Very forceful in his choice of words there. I slowly rub my forehead with one hand, supporting myself with the other. Lily lies a few feet ahead, doing just the same, her face obviously pained. Sorry. Your face was kind of close and I acted on reflex. You okay? My head. Seems she's not actually okay. Come to think of it, I doubt the impact alone is what's causing her head so much pain. Hangover? You drank a fair bit last night. She silently nods in confirmation as I lay myself up. 1 second, let me blow my nose. Ah, great. She silently nods in confirmation as I lever myself up. I offer a hand to her to help her back on her feet. Glancing behind her, I find that Hanako's still fast asleep. It's not fair, I only drank as much as you did. That's very different from what I remember. Anyway, girls have a lower tolerance than men. That doesn't help. Fine, I'll get you a glass of water. Just be careful not to trip over, Hanako. I rub the sleep out of my eyes, or at least some of it, as I walk to the counter. Tending to someone with a hangover isn't the way I like to spend the morning. It only takes a few seconds for the glass to fill the clear water, reflecting the sliver of light that makes it through the thin curtains. It looks like Lily's taking a seat on the side of the bed. I walk over to her while taking care to step over the piece. What's with Hisao and peacefully today? It's like 3 of them. Sleeping Hanako, and place the glass into her outstretched hands. Thank you. No problemo. He didn't say that, but, you know, I bet he probably would have if this wasn't Japan. I take a seat next to her, the soft bed having a surprising amount of give. She drinks slowly and methodically. A long silence passes with only Hanako's soft breathing to be heard. With some measure of guilt, I look at Lily's face and attempt to read her expression. Her brow is furrowed, and she looks to be lost in thought. For a moment I hesitate, but eventually place a hand on her shoulder in an attempt to reassure her. I didn't expect her to flinch rather noticeably at that, though. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Lily quickly shakes her head in a manner somewhat more violent than usual for her. For whore. Get it, because I usually say that, but I didn't this time. But then I did. It's funny. You laugh. She takes a long breath to steady herself before letting her head sink. I must look terrible right now. I moved to protest, but quickly realized that it would be futile to do so. That said, I want her to open up more. If you want to talk about anything, I'm here. Lily gives a self-deprecating snort as if to mock her own emotions. There's just a lot happening right now. Sorry for being so strange recently, especially back when we were in town. Even now I'm a bit confused about everything. Believe me, I know how that feels. She smiles wistfully, resting a cheek on the backs of her fingers. We're a couple of broken young fools, ain't we? Come on, don't say that. Come graduation, we'll be back out into the real world. The real world? Sometimes I surprise myself with the way I think about things. I guess the strange divorce feeling of Yamaku and the surrounding town compared to the outside world still doesn't become natural. Maybe it never will. It's strange. In hindsight, being isolated from society like this doesn't feel as bad as it probably should. A wry grin on her face, Lily seems to share the same sense of amusement at the idea. Eventually, though, her smile drops. I'll be going back to Scotland for a week or two soon. Is that why we had to reschedule Hanako's birthday party? She gives an affirmative nod. You'll be able to see your family again, at least. You're not looking forward to it? I haven't met my family in 6 years. I don't even know how to act around them anymore. Wait, what? My mouth hangs open as I try to process what she said. She's 18, that means she'd have been only 12 when they left. I may have seen very little of my parents, but with both of them working long hours, but that's... I feel utterly useless as I struggle to find some way to respond. Okay. That's, but why? Why do they leave, or why are they inviting Akira and I back? Both, I suppose. This is going on really long. Oh my god. I didn't think this was this long. That's why I made like a 15-minute video after this. It's already 10 minutes in. Oh. You know, I don't care. My father's business has its headquarters in Scotland, and an executive position became available for him there. In the end, he had to move permanently. My mother followed him, but Akira and I stayed back in Japan for the sake of both Akira's job with the Japanese branch of my father's company and my education. As for the latter, one of my aunts is gravely sick. Oh. I'm sorry. Don't be. It feels strange, really. We're being summoned there for her, yet we barely met her before. I can't remember the sound of her voice. Ooh. Equally strange is the total lack of antipathy she feels towards her family for doing such a thing. I can't help feeling slightly humbled. Yeah, I mean, if, like, my parents threw me away right now, because that'd suck. Where would I live? Where would the children go? Okay. Seeing her like this is depressing. Knowing what to do, I lift myself off the bed. Lily notices the bed movements, her head perking up and her hand reaching sideways to feel where I was. Hiss out. I walk over to my bag, still leaning against the wall, unbuckling the front flap and retrieving the opaque bag from within. I take the small plain— oh god. It's happening, guys. Oh, I'm so happy. Hold out your hands, Lily. She looks surprised for a moment, but eventually— what? Come on. Aquases? I think. I'm amused by her look of curiosity when I place the music box into her open palms. Her typically delicate way of handling it making it seem as if it were fragile enough to break if breathed on. She wordlessly brings it in front of her face, her slender fingers feeling out its contours and patterning. Eventually, her fingers find the recessed line between the lid and the body of the box, and her thumb effortlessly pops open the lid. I take a seat on the bed. Oh. Just forgot. Watching her face silently and intently. She sits completely motionless, and she listens to the diminutive tinny metally, her mouth just slightly open. Takes a long while before she closes the lid with a small snap, bringing the curtain down on the miniature performance playing in her hands. The smile on her face, gentle and wistful, shows that I made the right decision. Think of it as a going-away present for your trip to Scotland. I will. The rest of this— oh my god, the video's so long. A restless shuffling can be heard from the floor in front of us, the sound having woken Hanako. Hey there! She climbs out of the blankets I put over her, looking befuddled and wiping the sleep from her eyes. I see you're finally up. Go ahead. Hanako looks around the room with her eyes only half open, her mind far away from being as awake as her body. Her dazed state makes me and Lily chuckle. Actually, it would be Lily and I, because chuckle is the verb in that sentence. And if it comes before the verb, it's Lily and I. Just saying. As Lily gets off the bed and tends to Hanako, I take one last look around the room. Guess I'd better get going, then there'll be questions if I'm leaving the girls' dormitories in the morning. Goodbye, Hisao. Oh, goodbye. Okay, so this is where I think I go back to where I started in the original part of the episode. So this episode is like 15 minutes long. 30. But yeah, I stand and walk to the door, picking up a somewhat lighter bag along the way. After I leave the room and enter the hallway, though, I hear Lily's footsteps behind me. What's wrong? Without a word, she strides up to me. I freeze as I feel her hand slide into my cheek, seemingly every nerve taken in the feeling of her fingers and palm upon it. Boys. Immediately after, her face slowly moves next to mine, a light momentary touch of her lips brushing against my other cheek. For a moment, everything seems to stand still. I absent-mindedly bring my fingers to my cheek as if to try and recapture the fleeting feeling. Lily. That's my thank you, Hiso. Thank you. For your present. Have a nice day in school. And with that, she disappears behind the door and gently closes it. Damn. But yeah. This is where I skip over to that other part that I made a week ago. Goodbye. Her door and gently closes it. The muffled voices of she and Hanako audible through it, much as they were yesterday night. I think I'd be hard-pressed not to have a nice day after that. Maybe it would be. I walk away with a certain spring in my step. I think there were some people around that glanced at me emerging from the girls' dormitory building, but I find it difficult to care. Okay, sorry about that. Nice. Katawa Shoujo. He-chan. Go away. He-chan. Leave me alone. Come on, He-chan. Let me sleep. After 2 nights of not being able to sleep at all, the last thing I want to be is woken up when I finally manage to. It may be the last period of class with a textbook as my pillow, but I'll take whatever sleep I can get by this point. See, He-chan, even She-chan wants you to get up. I don't care what Shizune wants, so leave me alone. Jeez, He-chan, I'll just have to wait, Misha's going to... You... This is bad. I'm up, you don't have to... Feel my face flowering and a scarlet red blush. Because the students are probably looking at him, right? Students still in class are sitting bolt upright and staring at the shouting fool who was sleeping just moments before. There is stuff all over my fucking mic. Okay then. Damn it. I let my head smack down on the table with a noticeable thud. I don't like that. Misha's trademark uncontrolled laughter reverberates through the classroom. As I turn my mournful eyes to the bespectacled Shizune beside her, it's a lot of bees. It's 2, actually. She carefully adjusts her glasses, desperately trying to maintain a look of serious disapproval. Narrowing my eyes, I can see the badly hidden grin spreading across her face. Etoi? No, it's not Etoi. It might be Etoi. I don't know. I mean, Etoi is, E-T-T-O-I, which means and you, Shizune, so. Maybe it's that. It could be. Shizune looks away quickly as she crosses her arms tightly, barely on the edge of her control. Wahahaha. Misha's laughter doubles in volume as she glances at Shizune. All I can do is drag my hand down my face in resignation. You two. Who was the one that slept in class, He-chan? Forgot how much fun this was. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it was me. Poor She-chan was having a fit trying to wake you up, weren't you? I move my eyes back to the standoffish Shizune, who, with a single huff of confirmation, returns to looking away with her arms crossed. That's not, crossed arms. Folded hands, maybe. Why was Shizune trying to wake me up? She-chan wanted to give you the handouts the substitute teacher gave out while He-chan was sleeping. Handouts? That kind of scared me. I suddenly find 2 sheets of paper thrust down and thrown in my face. Following the hand holding them, I see the still pouting figure looking down at me with a distinct scowl. I guess I really am in the wrong here. Sorry about that. No dice. Her irritated face still holds. I clasp my hands together and flick my head downwards in apology. Very, very sorry. She huffs and simply drops the papers on the desk. Damn. People walking upstairs. I look up over my hands to see Shizune and Misha siding frantically to each other, a look of frustration on Shizune's face. You know what? This might sound a little bit better. Okay. Oh shit. What happened to the sound? Okay. It looks to be less of a dialogue and more of a tirade, punctuated with sidelong glances at me. To say it's unsettling is an understatement. The two stop signing and look at me in unison, both having exactly the same look of disapproval. In one fluid motion, Misha's hand suddenly extends high above me and comes rocketing down. Before I can even hope to react, my head is sent bouncing up and down like a jack-in-the-box. I quickly bring my hands to my head, more out of reflex than actual pain. Ow, what was that for? I open my eyes to see the two grinning at each other while exchanging an enthusiastic thumbs up. She should have said she forgives you now, Hee-chan. Could you please forgive me with a little less force next time? Okay, I fucked up a little bit. And, you know, I might have paused it for quite a long time there, so all the text is gonna be gray, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Okay, son? Okay. I look at the two with a blank face, Misha and Shizune, 1, Hisao, 0. That means 0, by the way. She signs, oh, Shi-chan also says that you should check your student mail more often. That looks pretty cool, actually, like watercolors, maybe. Fuck me. She produces a bright yellow envelope and hands it over with an exuberant grin. Strange, who could have written me a letter? Now's not the time, and most definitely not the place to find out, though. Giving up on the nap so cruelly stolen from me, I rub my forehead and slowly get up, putting the sheets and envelope in my bag before swinging it over my shoulder. I take a step back and move to depart with a small bow while Misha clutches her sides laughing and Shizune nods back in a curt farewell. Fuck me. I join the flow of students exiting the open door and turn the corner into the hallway. Only to end up face to face with Hanako. Whoa-hoo! Whoa! Hey Hanako. Good afternoon, Hisao. Today on the Channel 5 News, we'll be talking about different types of Afromaniacs out there. Sorry. Silence falls between us as busily chatting students pass us by. She's fidgeting constantly, her eyes drawn to her rather unremarkable footwear. I take the bridge of my nose with my fingers while I blink my eyes heavily in an attempt to make things seem clearer. I'm barely staying awake as it is. Hanako, you want to say something.
What is it, sweetie? I wanted to give you this.
Oh, what is it? These nuts. Huh. I'm gonna have to delete that. I really have to delete that. Oh god. She holds out a small rectangular piece of paper. I blink again to make out the text through barely open eyes, slowly starting to make out what's written. Eggs. I thought it would be like important. I really did. And it's a freaking grocery list. Oh, that's a yawn coming from me. A shopping list? I look upwards, raising an eyebrow. I usually go shopping with Lily, but I can't go, so... You want me to run errands for you? Oh, I mean, it's okay if you didn't want... I just thought that, like, maybe I'll... She's panicking, I sigh. Yet another battle lost, though this time by weakly fought surrender. I'm sorry, there is definitely something wrong with my nose. A lot of congestion going up in there. I smile, God. I smile tiredly and rest a hand on her head to calm her down. It's fine, I was going to go anyway. Just the stuff on this list? She nods and bows deeply twice, as if to make her gratitude perfectly clear. We are going to meet outside the school gates at 6, thank you. I was going to get it, but I need to study for the test tomorrow. Test? That's right, science. How are you doing with it? She brightens ever so slightly. I've been spending more time on it than before. I think I can do okay. Good work, then. She too starts smiling, and much more earnestly than I at that. I have full confidence that I can do fine in it without any extra studying, but the fact that she's putting in the effort instead of just reading in the library is heartening. I'll grab your stuff and take it to your dorm in the evening. See yous. With a small wave, we part ways. I'll go do my homework before meeting Lily. I should be able to take care of it in time. Heyo, wrangling with a particularly complicated math problem has caused me to be a little bit late for my meeting with Lily. Only a couple of minutes, but enough to make me step smartly out in the courtyard and... and to the school gate. That doesn't make any sense. Oh! Make a right turn and start my way towards the small town below, leaving a few students turning the other way to the bus station. I slip my right hand in my pocket as I walk in the orange sunlight of dusk. Thankfully, the sweltering summer's heat started to die down, making way for a pleasant, cool breeze. When I stretch my hands high above my head, a familiar figure takes form, cane in her right hand.
Huh, Lily.
Sorry. She stops and turns around, swiveling her head slightly to try and work out exactly where the voice came from. Hey, it's me. I quickly catch up to her, coming in beside her and matching her slow pace as we resume walking. Good afternoon, Hisao. Hi there. I glance up at the sky. A distinct tinge of orange discolors the clouds, washing the footpath in its light. Long shadows from the trees fall across the wide road down the hill. So, Hisao, what brings you here? Just going to grab some groceries Hanako sent me. 1 second. Okay. Just gonna grab some groceries Hanako sent me. Hanako sent you? Yeah, she said she needed to study for her test tomorrow. I was going to come down anyway, so I'll just buy her stuff as well. Unspoken is that Lily really could use some help to get food, but it's an obvious fact that neither of us needs to state. It's good to hear she's studying for studying? I thought the same thing when she asked me to come with you. We continue walking down the street, the familiar sound of her cane echoing through the air as we go. Except for the occasional passing car and the leaves whispering in the branches, there's a blissful silence. Thank God I can finally relax for the first time today. I glance over at Lily. That porcelain face of hers never seems to lack that air of relaxed confidence. I guess the same can be said of her personality, too. As she silently walks, her face remaining pointed to the street ahead of her, I look ahead. Why do you just use the same words? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 words in between. Like, never mind. And save the cool air blowing all over my face. This is probably the calmest moment I've had since the about face my life took so recently. To have it while walking to get some groceries. What a weird life. I feel the crumpled up note rubbing against my hand in my pocket, and I pull it out to check its contents. Let's see here. Eggs, bread, cereal, thyme, lettuce, shaved ham. Sounds like quite a bit to carry back along with your own. Yeah, just how much does this girl eat anyway? My mind suddenly clicks that yes, there actually is a person beside me. I mean, she laughs wholeheartedly.
My, Hisao.
Her giggles punctuate her words, though she's making a little effort to suppress them. Quite direct today, aren't we? Yeah, you got me there. Still, it is quite a bit. Usually I go shopping with Hanako, so I know what she buys. It's the same thing every week. Huh, she a good cook? She gives a nervous giggle. It's usually me who ends up cooking. I used to do it for Akira, so it's no problem doing it for Hanako as well. Why does he always, like, resort to the eye thing? You can cook, but... A short hum with an amused lilt emanates from beside me. I wonder if the fact that she seems amused by my comments so often is actually genuine, or rather just from my want to make me more comfortable in addressing her blindness. There are ways around it. Some meals are more difficult to cook than others, but because of being unable to see what I'm doing. But it usually only takes a little more time. Fingers can double as very useful measurement tools, for example. It makes sense, but she'd have to be pretty careful not to hurt herself. I wonder how many times that's happened, given that it sounds like she's cooked alone for possibly years while Akira worked and her parents were gone. I don't have any more tissues. I'm so sad. But let the conversation trails off. Compared to the awkward silences of Hanako, Lily seems generally content to say what she thinks and stay quiet when there's nothing to say. The slick road under my feet is bathed in an orange glow, the occasional fallen leaf crunching underfoot as we walk. I let out a deep yawn, my lack of sleep coming back to haunt me. Did you not get much sleep last night? I couldn't sleep at all for the last 2 nights. Not possibly, it's probably insomnia. Lily's face suddenly becomes worried. It feels like a personal failure every time she gets worried about my well-being, even if it's generally nice to know someone cares. You have insomnia? Aren't you going to see the nurse about it? Nah, no real need. It's happened before a few times. My meds screw with my sleeping occasionally.
Ah. Me so sorry.
Come on, it's not your fault. At least I shouldn't have any trouble getting to sleep tonight. You do worry me sometimes. Oh, guys, I think that's the end of this episode. Yeah. Next time we'll come back and we will have fun. Holy shit, we are a long time in. Look how... 5 hours and 47 minutes into this game. But yeah, we'll be back with a brief history of time. Or thyme. If you don't have any teeth, you would say thyme. But yeah, that's it, boys and ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all next time. And yeah, bye. Wait, are you kidding me? I haven't been recording this whole entire time? Wait, son.